Hiya, Saturday the 10th of August. Big day. I'm doing the kitchen. Hiya, sorry about that, just playing about. Yeah, Saturday, doing the kitchen. As always, can I just say a huge thank you to everybody who's taken part in this so far with me. The comments, the suggestions, and just generally the outpouring of love that I'm getting is phenomenal. I've mentioned it before, but the people that are coming out of the woodwork from my past, it's extraordinary. The offers of support, guidance, people saying that they're in the same boat as me and things like that. It's reassuring to know that this is actually worthwhile, so thank you for that. As usual, if you do like the videos, could you please do me a favour and like, subscribe and hit the bell. How cool was that? As you can probably tell, I'm having a good day today. I have no idea why, because for some reason I was up on every odd hour. 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then finally get out of my bed at 7. A couple of bad coughing fits, but mostly I was waking up because of pain. But you know what? Didn't bother me. I've accepted that it's just part of me just now, and instead of moping about and feeling sorry for myself every time I'm in a bit of pain, I'm using it. I'm telling myself that you're one day closer to being better and this pain is temporary. I'm also not crucifying myself anymore for bad days. Making that last video was really therapeutic in as much as I knew I wasn't going to do anything Thursday or Friday when I come home from work, and I actually got to enjoy myself. I sat down, had something to eat and watched some really good television. What that allowed me to do was the fact that even though I was sitting doing nothing apart from watching television, I was relaxing. I was preparing myself for what was coming, because I knew this weekend was going to be hard. I know I'm probably not going to be very well on Monday, but I know how I felt sitting down in my living room when it was tidy. Getting in and making something to eat, or even just getting in and get something out the fridge, will be a pleasant experience after this weekend. And even though I was just sitting watching television, I have come up with 3 or 4 ideas for my next series of videos. I'm also going to make an announcement at the end of this video of something I'm going to do. Don't panic, it's nothing spectacular, but it's big for me. So if you don't mind, hang about to the end of the video, please. One of the things I've been doing as part of this is obviously research. I've been looking at websites, I've been reading some literature, taking advice from people, and watching and listening to professionals who know about this kind of stuff. And I've picked up on something, and I'm going to talk about it just for a couple of seconds, because today's about the kitchen. I'd mentioned previously that I've split my problems into 3 sections, but the wider community seem to think there's 5. One of which is your social circle, the people that you have around you, the people that you class as friends, and the people that you trust. One of the things I read about, and it got me thinking, was a woman who was a beauty consultant, and she was just in a shop buying clothes, and a young girl grabbed her arm, teenager, and said words to the effect of, "Can you tell my pal she looks hideous in those glasses, sunglasses?" She then went on to talk about the fact that throwaway, flippant comments like that can be quite devastating to the person that they're directed at. Over the years, I've been called a skinny such and such, a baldy such and such, a specky such and such, and for the majority of them, it's usually a mate of mine saying it. "Alright specky, alright skinny," and that kind of stuff. And yes, I am skinny, yes, I am baldy, yes, I am specky. But that's not my name, that's not what I want to be called. And things like that can really hurt you. And I think it's about developing a second skin, and I don't want to say not taking it personally, because you've got every right to take it personally, but my advice is call them out on it. Because nobody's ever going to learn anything if we just allow this stuff to keep going. If you are using something or saying something offensive to me, I've got every right to tell you that affected me. That test I mentioned, the "you're at rock bottom," that did hurt me. And the comments did hurt me. And I told people, and they felt guilty. Sometimes it was an eye-opener to them, sometimes they didn't even realise it was a thing. There's a statement that's been said to me thousands of times, and I'm not kidding when I say thousands of times, and it's about my weight, and it's usually for somebody who's heavier than me, which is not that hard. There are 10-year-olds that are heavier than me just now. But it's, you'll put all that on when you hit whatever age. Well, I'm 44 and I'm still 9 stone. So, when's it going to hit me? And I'll admit, I've been guilty of the same thing in the past. I call Layla shorty. And I mean it as a term of endearment, but I don't know how that's hurting or affecting her. So that's something I'm going to stop doing, I think. And calling people out on it, it's not about making them feel bad, it's about raising awareness. Now, I know I've only been at this a week so far, but I've already came to some conclusions. One of which is the pain. I mentioned it at the start. Pain is just something I have just now. It's part of my life. And letting it get you down isn't getting you anywhere. Deal with the pain. I know that it's temporary. I've been alive 45 years. And if you take all of the time that I've been in pain, 6 months, it's that in the grand scale of things. So yes, I'm in pain, but I'm doing something about it. Years ago, my dad said that it's about baby steps. Climbing a mountain, you don't jump and reach the top. It's about taking each day as it comes and just dealing with whatever happens that day. Trying to solve problems that are happening a month from now is pointless. And if you deal with the small things, the bigger things aren't as big, because you don't have all these wee niggly bits in the background eating at you as well. So I've got a bit of homework for you if you're up for it. I know that not everybody's going to feel as comfortable as I am talking about depression and anxiety and stuff like that. So if you don't want to do this or don't feel comfortable doing it, that's okay. But for anybody that does, here we go. I'd be willing to bet at least once a day you say to somebody, "Hiya, how's you?" And all you want to hear is, "I'm fine, how's you?" How would you react if somebody did actually open up to you at that point? What would you do in that situation? There's a great story I read the other night, and it was about a guy who was desperately trying to find someone. 5 years ago, he had contemplated taking his own life, and so much so that he was standing on a bridge over a river, and a young guy came up and asked him what he was doing, and asked him how he was feeling and why he was doing it. Long story short, they spoke for about 20 minutes and the guy never jumped. The person that had stopped to talk to him got him off the bridge, and then they went their separate ways. Jumped to present day, and the person that was going to take his own life was now a counsellor. He'd used what he'd been through and was now helping others with it. And he desperately wanted to contact the person that had stopped him doing it, just to say thank you and let him see how important that 5 minutes was. He stopped him taking his own life, and now that person was helping others. Now, I'm not saying that every time you ask somebody how they feel and they open up to you, you're going to miraculously change their life. You might just stop them going down a route that probably is going to end in tears. There's another story about an American police officer trying to stop a guy jumping off a bridge, and the way he did it was spectacular. I've seen the video of this and it's beautiful to watch. Asked the guy what football team he supported, and then he slagged the team. The guy climbed back over the barrier just to defend his team. It can be that simple. It can be massively complicated as well. I was in city centre yesterday, and my route home brings me over one of the bridges over the River Clyde, and when I was coming over, there was a guy sitting on the pavement with 2 police officers and a woman sitting holding his hand. And in the tiny wee bit of the conversation that I heard as I was passing, it was blatantly obvious that they'd stopped this guy from jumping. Now, I don't know if the person that wasn't a police officer was with the guy, but there's one more person alive in the world today because that person spoke to them. And sometimes that's all it takes. Hiya, how's you? And the majority of the time people will just say, fine, how are you? But every now and again, somebody might open up to you. Be ready for that. You're not going to solve their problems. But sometimes just listening is what matters. I've made some decisions over the past week to make changes in my life. Tidy my house, sort my finances and stuff like that. But some of them can be quite small. Calling people out. And I don't mean in a vindictive, vicious way. Just, you might not do that. How no? Just gonna know. And in my humble opinion, if using a line for chewing the fat doesn't work, nothing's going to work. So this video's went on quite a lot longer than I intended it to, so I'm not going to include the cleaning the kitchen as part of it. As I said at the start of the video, I was going to announce something at the end, and I apologise in advance if this is a major anticlimax to some people, but for anybody who's actually had to do this, they will understand. I smoke. It's stupid, expensive, and it's killing me. And when I think about it, it falls into practically every one of the categories that I have issues with in my life just now. So by eliminating that one thing, in theory, my life should improve. And when I posted online about tidying my living room, I felt compelled to do it. I didn't want to let myself down, and I didn't want to let anybody who was watching the videos down. So, internet, people that I love, and friends and family, whoever's watching, I'm quitting smoking today. I'm not going to lie, I am going to continue to use an e-cig, but that is far better. Less expensive, less chemicals. That's how I'm choosing to quit smoking. I'm sure this will lead to another set of videos talking about quitting smoking, but just now, that's my announcement for today. I really, really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell. If there's anybody else that you think that might benefit from seeing these videos, please share it with them. I want everybody to see these videos for no personal gain whatsoever. It's because I think this needs to be said. I am smack bang in the middle of this just now, and I am living it every single day. If it can help anybody, please pass the message on, send them links to my videos. I am more than happy to talk to anybody about what I'm going through. This is really important to me, and I hope that you see that too. Guys, have an amazing day. You deserve it as always, and thank you for bearing with me through this video, and I'm sure I'll post later. See you later.